A very beautiful morning to you. Thank you so much for staying tuned right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is 6 minutes after 10. I hope that your day is going on well. Today is Tuesday, the 6th day in the month of February 2024. I hope you're feeling well. You are doing good today. All right, you're welcome to Radio Doctor, your free health consultation program where real doctors advise real people. All right, so that's Radio Doctor, and it comes to you Mondays through Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. Radio Doctor is Nigeria's first specialized health program where medical doctors consult for free and advise on radio, right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. All right, now on today being Tuesday on Radio Doctor we are going to be concentrating on women's health. All right, so you know we have different days for different specialty. On Mondays it's children's health. On Tuesdays, of course, it's women's health. On Wednesdays, general health, and of course Thursdays, elderly health. On Friday we'll also look at general health too. So today on Radio Doctor, which is on women's health, is supported by ACT Foundation. All right, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and our Radio Doctor for today is Dr. Ede Adopolo Osazua. He is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at St. Ives Family Hospital. Good morning, Dr. Osazua. How are you today? Fine, thank you. How's work? How are your patients? How has the week been for you?
It's fine. We're trying our best. Yeah, it was the stress of work. The stress of coming to work.
I can imagine. Well, it's all good, and you know we appreciate all the work you do for us, especially as a gynecologist for women. Thank you so much for all you do for us. All right, so that is Dr. Ede Adopolo Osazua, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at St. Ives Family Hospital. And today, Dr. Osazua will be consulting and advising on cervical cancer prevention and screening. All right, so that's our topic for today. So Dr. Osazua is here, and of course, feel free to call in to send us a text or a WhatsApp message on any any concerns you have as regards to cervical cancer prevention and screening. All right, so today's Radio Doctor on Women's Health is supported by ACT Foundation. Now, to be a part of the program, you can follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course YouTube at WFM 917. Go ahead and of course download our mobile app WFM 917. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com and listen to us live from any part of the world. And to be a part of the program right here, you can call in via the number 07000 917 917. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070 317 56537. All right, so those are different platforms you can use to get in touch with us this morning. All right, so let's head on straight to cervical cancer prevention and screening with Dr. Osazua. All right, Dr. Osazua, so let's get on straight to the discussion for today. Now, at what age should women typically start getting regular cervical cancer screening? Do we need to start from a very, very tender age, maybe children or teenagers when we're at the teenage age, or when we're adults? So what is the best time to start the cervical cancer screening?
Okay, but I want to, before I talk about screening, but I have to lay the foundation to ensure that people understand.
Okay, great.
Cervical cancer. Cervical cancer basically is one of the third commonest cancer that we see in women. After cancer of the breast, the cancer of the cervix. So, cancer of the breast is common, but cancer of the cervix is also very common. I want to say that cancer of the cervix is one of the leading causes. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, one of the leading causes of cancer deaths in the world. One of the leading causes of cancer deaths. Most deaths occur in developing countries. Some people say that at the WHO publication as of 2022, there was about 459,000 cases of cervical cancer, and about 70% of them actually died. That's why we must take cancer of the cervix very seriously, because it's one of the leading cause of cervical of cancer deaths worldwide, and this mainly occur more in the developing country. Why do we have to take cervical cancer very serious? Because one of the things that when the diagnosis of cervical cancer is made, it's automatically a death sentence for the patient. So, cervical cancer being a notorious, nobody wants to have cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is one of the fairest cancer we can talk about. It's one of the fairest, very fair and very kind cancer, and very lovely. Because for it to become cervical cancer, it takes time. It takes time for you to have a pre-invasive lesion, for it to now become an invasive lesion with the cervical cancer. That implies that it has given you the opportunity easily make the diagnosis and treat before you become cancer, before you become an invasive cancer. That since cervical cancer is fair, unlike ovarian cancer or breast cancer, especially ovarian cancer, that even that you cannot even make diagnosis, the diagnosis is made, as at that time, it has spread around the body. But cervical cancer is kind enough if you do the needful. Thank God for today. If you do the needful, one of the problem of cervical cancer will be reduced to a greatest minimum. Now, what are the needful that you need to do? First of all, we must alert the likely causes, likely risk factors for cervical cancer. Now, I'll list them briefly. One of them is early age of sexual intercourse. Early age of sexual intercourse. The reason behind early age of sexual intercourse is that it's clear that when people have sex at the early age, the womb, the lower segment of the womb, which is the pelvis, is not well developed. And the semen at this level can become toxic to that place that can expose them to permanent cervical cancer. Secondly, early age of delivery. Early age of delivery. When somebody comes to do very early, trauma to the cervix, trauma to the can predispose to have cervical cancer. Thirdly, because when people deliver early, there's a tendency that, or people have sex early, there's a tendency that they also have higher number of children. So when the children are too many, they become repeated injuries to the cervix, and they can predispose them to cervical cancer. Now, we talk about early age of sexual intercourse. We'll talk about early delivery. We'll talk about multiple, higher number of deliveries. People say when it's more than 6. Then fourthly, somebody that's exposed to this, there's a guy that will have multiple sexual partners. Multiple sexual partners.
Yes.
Now, I would dwell on multiple sexual partners because you also have what we call high risk. High risk male also have high risk female. What do I mean by high risk male, high risk female? High risk male are those men that don't stay in one place. Okay? Now let me take a view back a bit. The major organism that cause cervical cancer is called the human papilloma virus. There are lots of them. Okay, you have this 8 and 11 that cause genital warts, and you have the 16 and 18 that cause cervical cancer. So when you have a high risk male, for instance, so for high risk male, what normally happens is that they don't stay in one place, they sleep here, they sleep here, and they now bring this cervical cancer, they now bring this human papilloma virus to their spouse or their fiancé or their girlfriend. At the end of the day, they end up exposing innocent women to cervical cancer. Also, high risk women too, women that also don't stay in one place. Okay? They are also having cervical cancer. Now, people are attributing the use of combined oral contraceptive pills, estrogen pills, as a risk factor for also having cervical cancer. people who are exposed to it for like a period of a long time, for about 6 years, they tend to have cervical cancer. People who also smoke too and indulge in risky activities also prone to cervical cancer. People who also live in socio-economic environment, because of all these risk factors, they are prone to have cervical cancer. You can now see that cervical cancer is very fair. It's our hand we use to put ourselves and invite cervical cancer to ourselves. So let me quickly say for this here that human papillomavirus, what is the constant organism of cervical cancer? Now, having laid that foundation of thinking about the incidence of cervical cancer, as well as the risk factors of cervical cancer, all those early sexual factors, multiple pregnancy, multiple, they are all called cofactors. The major thing that causes cervical cancer is the human papilloma virus. So now we now need to learn, since we know that cervical cancer are caused by this thing, so we now need to learn how to prevent cervical cancer. Because when it becomes an invasive lesion, there's hardly nothing any man or woman or pastors can do, or bishop, except God who seated in heaven and knoweth the affairs of men and do it diligently. So I'll lay a little stop there so you can ask for questions as I begin to progress in this early discussion.
All right, thank you very much for giving us that brief description of what cervical cancer is and telling us all about it. All right, so this is 18 minutes after 10 right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7, and of course this is the program Radio Doctor, your free health consultation program where real doctors advise real people. So do well to call in. You can call us, let us know your thoughts, your concerns and your questions on cervical cancer prevention and screening. All right, the number to call is 07000 917 917. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. And we are discussing cervical cancer prevention and screening with Dr. Osozua this morning. And he has given us a brief, foundation or all we need to know about cervical cancer and, how it gets to affect us as women or how we get to come up with cervical cancer. So let's get to hear from you. 07000 917 917. All right, so Dr. Osozua, back to our question right now. The first one I asked before you gave us that brief history. I know while going through, giving us a background on cervical cancer, you mentioned one or two things that had to do with the age, but let's know from what age should a woman typically start getting regular cervical cancer screening, and how often should this be? I know you mentioned that once you are sexually active, you should actually be getting the cervical cancer screening or try to make yourself available for this. So now, does that mean that it should only start when you are sexually active, or it has to start before then?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Now, first of all, in terms of prevention because any illness with higher prevalence, one of the first things is to ensure that we avoid the risky behavior. Ensure that you don't be, ensure that you don't have plenty children, avoid multiple partners. That's primary prevention. You understand the risk factor, you try to avoid it. Second level is to now know what the other thing you have to know is that any woman who has had any form of sexual intercourse before at any level, okay, people who have no access and no risk of having cervical cancer. People who have no access and no risk, because the only thing that causes cervical cancer is the human papilloma virus.
Yeah.
So for any woman that people have access before, okay, should at least do. Well, because there are various ways of screening for cervical cancer. But I do know what the pap smear. Okay? Pap smear is a way of taking a smell from the cervix and sending for cytology. They will now come back and tell you whether the thing is normal or abnormal. Now, what you do is that for any woman that have had sexual intercourse before at any level, now, what we normally do for them is that, oh, madam, start having your pap smear done, irrespective of how you have had, whether how old were you. You're supposed to do pap smear every year.
Every year.
Every year. Until 3 years. If you have like 3 years that are normal, then you can now start doing every 3 years until you get to maybe like 60 years. People say 70 years, they now start doing every 5 years.
Okay.
So for any woman that have had sex before at any level, what we normally do is we do a passport for them, which we do every year until we say as that 3 normal results that are normal, then we start doing every 3 years. So the reason why we do that is that if there is any abnormality, we will now counsel you and teach you what to do before it progresses to become an invasive level.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Osazwa, for that. All right, so let's you can definitely call in 07000 917 917, send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070 317 56537. 07000 917 917 is a number to call. Let's get to hear from you, your thoughts, your concerns, your questions on cervical cancer this morning on Radio Doctor. So let's not forget that Women's Health on Radio Doctor is supported by ACT Foundation. All right, so let's head on to hear more from Dr. Sozua this morning on cervical cancer. Now, he has talked about the importance of, having pap smear done. He has talked about how often you can get this done too, as a woman of reproductive age or, as a woman who is sexually active. So I hope that we've been able to, or I hope that we're learning and we'll continue to hear this information. Even if not for you, at least you can spread this information to people around you, your loved ones around you. All right, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. You're welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ogun State.
Okay, what's your name?
Blessing.
Blessing from Ogun State. All right, Blessing from Ogun State. Let's hear you. All right, I think we've lost Blessing's call. All right, Blessing, do you want to call us back? Let's get to hear from you, your thoughts, your concerns on cervical cancer this morning. Okay, so what do you have in mind? The doctor is here and is here for you. All right, is here because of you. So let's get to hear from you this morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm Yusuf Olamile. I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, Yusuf, thank you so much for calling. Let's hear you.
I want to ask the doctor. I heard a news, international news now that the King Charles of England, is having a cancer. So I want to ask. He mentioned a regular checkup. Is it that people who are well known like that, who are more famous, that see doctors like King Charles, is it that cervical, that cancer, I'm not talking of cervical cancer now, cancer generally, is it all that, even people that goes to hospital regularly, is it all that difficult to detect? For when we now have people that are even rich to seek medical attention, and even in their country they have good. Why is it still prevalent there? So I want to know what's the cause. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Yusuf Olamilekan, for calling. All right, Dr. Sazua. Did you get Yusuf's question?
Very, very, very good. I don't know what I asked this one. I don't know the cancer that I asked. Which cancer? Cancer or what?
All right.
I don't know the.
He didn't really specify the kind of cancer that the king has, but he's just saying in general that for people who have, such wealth and such, and money, why would they? Is it that they don't get to go to the doctors regularly, to actually have this seen or known early enough?
Oh, so funny enough. cancer sometimes, depending on the site of the cancer, there are different cancers. Any part of the body can develop into cancer anyway. But some people can be
So
unfortunate,
I'm just
you
getting
know.
information that he has prostate cancer.
Okay, prostate
Yes.
cancer. Okay. Okay. See, when we talk about how just like I'm not really an oncologist, yeah?
Mm,
Oncologist will be able to explain that one better. So
okay.
then what that prostate cancer. But cancer at any level can also occur politically. And you may not necessarily pick it or they become very serious, especially for people that don't take their health seriously. But it's quite amazing for a king like that, okay?
Mm,
For her to have the cancer without them picking it is quite amazing in a very developing country. It's quite, and the prostate cancer is not something, it's not actually a big deal. Because if you do your, try somebody do his PSA or go for regular check, that's why we will encourage men now to go for their prostate specific antigen. And when it's high, the next thing to do to go and do biopsy at home. For any person that is above age of 50 at all at any level, we encourage them to do their prostate specific antigen. Then when there are some symptoms of frequency and pain during maturation or some other difficulty in passing, so they should go and do their prostate specific antigen. What most people do is that they tend to wait longer
mm,
those symptoms of difficulty in passing urine and everything. As at that time, the prostate has enlarged and sometimes become cancer. So it becomes an issue. So it's quite amazing for that kind of high profile person who were expecting, or even have doctor at the death and corner, and we are not making diagnosis of prostate cancer.
mm.
You know, something that can really explain. Because ordinary digital examination that you do for people that have for normal things that we do when the patient come for normal examination, you're able to know that the prostate is enlarged. So that was not looked out of what we're talking about. But cancer can be anything, it can happen to anybody. That's why we must take some necessary precaution. And go the way you live your life from the beginning. Secondly, before you start the action, routine check, which is called primary prevention. Before the thing even starts at all, you go ahead and do your test. Okay? So, but I won't disagree more on that. But let me come back to cervical cancer.
Yes, please.
Now, cancers can occur any part of the body. So, cervical cancer basically, that's why we are educating people now. So that before it becomes something that becomes a risk that cannot be treated, we must address it from the foundation. We encourage people to do their password. Women of reproductive health, who has had any sex at all, do your password. When you do your password, if the thing start early, you can detect it on time. Before it becomes a cancer, basic cancer, we have treated it. There are some things that we say in password. If it's normal, if normal things are normal, so this is abnormal, this is what we need to do. They will not go and do some other things like the DNA, the human papillomavirus DNA. Some people can say, well, let us go and do it. But that is the topic for another day. But the other thing that is that we also encourage patients. So for people of younger age who have no access, okay, we encourage them to take their vaccine. There are vaccine in the market that I would normally give to children. I think recently they wanted to have this to our immunization program. They have added it to our immunization that all ladies, all children that age between 9 and 12 should have their cervical cancer vaccine. And these are found to reduce the incidence of cervical cancer. So most of the time when we're talking about cancer at all, at any level, especially cancer of the cervix, that the cancer of the cervix is a very kind cancer. If you do the basic thing you're supposed to do at the right time, you will not progress to become cervical cancer. And when it becomes a basic lesion, there's nothing any man can do at that level that is between you and God, not between you and any prophet or pastor or bishop, between you and God. So take the necessary precaution. Live your life well. Go for your past. Don't be a misborn. Then if your children are within let them have their human papillomavirus vaccine. And if they do that, they would the incidence of cervical cancer will reduce dramatically. But unfortunately, the incidence of cervical cancer not only reduced in developing countries because of illiteracy, poverty, lack of community awareness. So a lot government have to do in pushing this message to the market. Otherwise, we'll still be having most of our women dying from cervical cancer. It's cancer that can easily be detected and treated and prevented within a very short time.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sozua, for that. This is Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it's 29 minutes to 11. Do want to call us on 07000 917 917. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message to 070 56537. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Hi, good morning. You're welcome. What's your name?
Good morning, sir. This is Juliet from Aja.
All right, Juliet from Aja. You're welcome, Juliet. Let's hear you.
Thank you, ma. Doctor, please, I want to know, like this pap method, I have done it twice. But got to a stage I became afraid. Because the equipment they use, they will kind of break down the cervix to examine it, whether there's problem. So my fear on it is a question though. The machines they use, the equipment they use, does it not admit to it? And if at all it does, will it not be harmful to one? So that you not look as if one is trying to check if he has cervical cancer or not. Then another way around, the machine, the rate from the machine now affects the person again. I want to know, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Juliet, for calling. Dr. Soso, did you get her question?
Not really.
Okay. So, she's asking about the pap smear. Now, she has done pap smear. She mentioned twice. She's done it twice, and the instruments they use to do that pap smear, get her afraid. So it's not like when you go to do pap smear, in the process of checking for cervical cancer, you're also, opening yourself to something else because of the kind of materials or instrument they use to do that pap smear. So she's just asking that if frequent, how frequent to do this test. I hope it will not bring up something else because of some of this instrument that is being used to do the cervical, to do the pap smear test.
Thank you very much for that question. Pap smear is very sick. You understand? It's very sick. It doesn't cause any form of disease or ailment. Now, what the challenge normally faces is that now depends on the technique of the doctor. Now depends on the technique of the doctor. Sometimes we tell patients that, there's what we normally use, what we call a speculum. We use to open the cervix.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not good enough for they're also child. But at the same time, this woman have delivered before too, no? Some of them are totally active too. So, you use a speculum. There are plastic speculum that are very soft. And we lubricate it very well with gel so that it will not cause any form of trauma to the vagina. And you use your special spatula to just take smell from there. It's very safe. It doesn't damage anybody, doesn't injure anybody. But the only disadvantage, the only thing I will see, a little discomfort for the patient. When the doctor is a bit gentle, there's also different category of doctors too. If you are gentle, you don't take the sample and you go. Because whether you are gentle, it doesn't cause any harm to the patient. It's better to have a pap smear done every year than to now later in life I say that, madam, you went for a test, they are service, there's cervical cancer, especially those who are at risk, then they become more terrible.
Yeah.
If you do it 1 to 2, normally you don't have every 2 years. It's not traumatic. We encourage every woman to go. For me, I have never going on for cervical cancer. What I normally do for my patients is that any woman that delivers under me, I make it compulsory that, they should do pap smear. But unfortunately for them, the HMOs are not paying for it. So most of them also run away because they don't want to pay because they believe they are not sick. So they don't do for pap smear. So I make it compulsory, but the one that I even do are the one that the HMO are paying for. HMO will say you should give them one diagnosis so that they can do it. But those people that are supposed to do it, the women, they are not even coming to do. So at the end of the day, that's why you see the higher incidence of cervical cancer in this part of the world, especially in the rural environment or in the place that we deal with people that are low socio-economic class. They end up with cervical cancer, where there is human papillomavirus vaccine that you can give to the patient, and where there is, you can easily do pap smear. So that if it's abnormal, you can really get it when it's abnormal, treat, rather than for it to become a cervical cancer. Because cervical cancer is a big step. You are the one that has the problem. Because if you do your test, I would say early that, this one is not cancer. Because it will take like 15 years for a pre-invasive lesion to become invasive lesion. Okay, that invasive is not one that cannot cure. So if you now do your pap smear, maybe out of 1 in 100, you see one with abnormal pap smear. only go and treat it that cryotherapy, you just burn the place up. Or you cut the place up. That's it all. The patient lives his normal life and the patient do. But when you now leave it, at the end of the day, the person has basic cancer, they will now become an issue. So I think it doesn't cause any problem. It doesn't cause any injury to the mother, to the patient. It's only the degree of the comfort that we now see from them. But if the patient should, if it's small, their pain threshold is good, it's easy to keep. Not something that should cause any form of trauma or worry. It's very easy. And I do them. So in case they are looking for someone that will do it gently, they should look for me. All
right, Dr. Sosua, thank you very much for that. So so does this rule out totally when we're okay now? I'm talking about additions now. So the instrumentals that are used for this test, does it rule out any fear of additions?
No. You don't get it's just the vagina. Sorry, it's the vagina we are dealing with.
Okay.
You have the spectrum of things, but if you look at the length of the womb, God is very merciful. Well, God is only God creation. I never use God. His creation is good. But only the service that you can easily see from outside. So you just pass your speculum through and you see the service from outside. So it's not like all those ovarian cancer. You have to go and be doing something. No, just pass the bedside. Just for 2 minutes, you pass your speculum. When you do the speculum, you take your passport from the service and you take it. When I come to the student, I'll bring all the things. That opportunity. And the demonstrator is done. It's very easy.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Sosua. This is Women Radio WFM 91.7. Do want to call in. Let's get to hear your thoughts, your concerns on cervical cancer and screening, prevention and screening. Okay. 07000 917 917 is a number to call. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070-317-56537. This is Radio Doctor on Women Radio WFM 91.7, your free health consultation program where real doctors advise real people. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I have with me today Dr. Ede Odopolo Sazua, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at St. Ives Family Hospital, and he's consulting and advising on cervical cancer prevention and screening. All right, so that's what we're looking at today. So do also send in your questions, or your concerns, your thoughts this morning on 07000 917 917. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070 56537. All right, so let's talk about the vaccines, the human papilloma virus vaccinations that we have going around. Now, for some reason, some people have actually refused to get these vaccines because of one misinformation or myth that they have heard. I've heard some people say, oh, if you take it, you will not give birth again as a woman. And we've gone to, or rather, I've heard stories of these health workers going to some villages to give this, and they drove them away and told them, you know what, don't even come back. We don't want any of these things again. And a lot of people are misunderstanding the whole HPV vaccine. Now, why is it so important for us to get this HPV vaccination? And at what age should we start going for this?
Okay, there are two types of HPV vaccine.
Okay.
The one that's called the Cervical, there's one that is Gardasil. The Cervical basically covers for 16 and 18 papilloma virus, and the Gardasil covers for 8, 11, and 16 and 18. I think the services are available in the market now. They normally give to children. They normally give to teenage children. There are, I think there are not any form, there are not any reported incidents of infertility. I think it said that we went on about it. So the risk of infertility or sterility has not been reported. I don't know, we have not reported anything to be reported. And they are found to be very useful. Now, for people that are less than 12, they normally give them 2 doses. Give them at 0 month and 1 month. For people that are above 12 years, normally give them 3 doses, 0, 1, and 6 months. And they are found to be very useful to prevent cervical cancer. But however, the only disadvantage, the only side effect that is only small speeches or reactions at the site of the injection. For instead of infertility, possibly other person has not been reported. But relating it has been on since for a long time. But it's something that we still have to promulgate. Because if you promulgate it very well, and people are coming out that they have had their cervical cancer vaccine, people will now begin to embrace it. It's also easy to embrace something that appears to be new to us, something that we are not used to. Because we live in an environment where you have a lot of people that are illiterate, people that are not socially good, and we live in an environment that's densely influenced by religions and ethnicity. So people may use it as a strategy too to do other things. Anything can be interpreted in a way, whether we like it or not. Anything can be turned upside down. So we need a lot of advocacy, community mobilization, a lot of education, so that people can begin to embrace the vaccine. No side effects have not been reported. Whether you like it or not, something that is straight to you, you have to interrogate it first before you do it. As soon as that is coming to your body. But that is why the government, I think recently, they incorporated it into the immunization program for children. And it's actually there already. So I think it's something that is safe. But you don't worry about the issue of infertility and co. It's not true.
Okay. All right. So you have heard it. It is not true. Okay. And it is something that we should encourage ourselves and the young ones to go ahead and get. All right. So this is Women Radio WFM 91.7. Thank you so much, Dr. Osazua, for giving us a headway in terms of cervical cancer. Okay, so let's head on to talk about lifestyle. I know you mentioned it, but cervical cancer, from what you've told us so far, lifestyle changes can actually go a long way, helping us to prevent cervical cancer. So let's dwell on that a little, Dr. Osazua. Now, can lifestyle, be this only way, or yes, let me just leave it at that. And if there's more, you will definitely get to explain to us. So, can cervical cancer be the only way? Lifestyle changes in lifestyle. Could it be the only way to prevent cervical cancer, or there are other ways too that we can help ourselves stay away from cervical cancer?
Yes, thank you very much. Lifestyle is key. Okay, that's why we're going to do. Early age of sexual intercourse should be avoided. Giving birth to plenty children should be avoided. Having spouse with multiple sexual partners should be avoided. Cigarette smoking should be avoided. Obesity, so some people have also attributed that people that are a bit on the bad side are supposed to have cervical cancer because of the effect of the estrogen on the cervix. Okay, because the estrogen are rapidly broken down. The androgens are not broken down rapidly from the skin. So they tend to have higher level of estrogen. Okay, those are risk factor for cervical cancer. Eating healthy food indirect also happens because some of these food are antioxidants and vegetables and food. Vegetable foods, exercising can be found to reduce the risk of cervical cancer. So lifestyle is very key. So if you live your lifestyle well, the next thing is to know when you not get married, or before you get married, you go to a paternal person. And when you are not married, you are not giving birth to children, go for a cervical cancer screening.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Suzuo, for that. All right. 15 minutes to 11 on the side of the radio. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message on 070 317 56537. Women's Health on Radio Doctor today is supported by ACT Foundation. And of course, we are looking at cancer cervical prevention and screening. All right. So let's get to look at are there any specific risk factors that may increase a woman's likelihood of developing cancer? Yes, you have mentioned a few. You have mentioned lifestyle. You have mentioned cigarettes. You have mentioned, a woman starting, being sexually active at a very young age. All these are risk factors. But for a woman who has kept herself, very clean, she has kept herself, away from multiple sex partners, away from all of these things that you have mentioned. Outside all of this, could there be any other risk factors that could actually open a woman to having cervical cancer?
If the husband is a high risk partner, that is a high risk partner, is someone that sleeps around. They will bring the human papillomavirus home. And that is the primary cause of cancer of the cervix, the human papillomavirus.
Yeah.
When you bring the human virus was there, automatically the human papillomavirus will damage the cervix. And when it damages the cervix, it will undergo some changes. And when it undergo changes, we think that predicates to cervical cancer.
Okay.
High risk partner is the major problem.
High risk partner.
Other co-factors, the primary thing that causes the human papillomavirus.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. as well, for that. Now let's look at how does early detection impact, the prognosis and treatment options for cervical cancer? Because I know for cancer that we've talked about, over time, you and other doctors have said that, when you present early, when you come in early, it actually has a positive impact. All right, we'll have a call. We'll pick this one, and then I would continue with my question. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, I'm Juliet. They are called Juliet from Aja.
Okay, Juliet from Aja. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you for bringing this fact, because I once had that fear. I have 3 girls, precisely 10, 13, and 16. 2 months ago, they took the vaccine. So my mom called me from the village and said, this is the story she's hearing, that they will be infertile. That is, the infertility will be there in the future. I became afraid. So I'm happy that the doctor was able to clear this fact. Thank you very much for that. But it was only once they gave them the dose, not 2 or 3 times.
All right. Thank you very much, Juliet, for calling back and letting us know about that. So, Dr. Baba, did you get her?
Yeah, very well. Yes.
Okay.
I also thank Women Radio and Sendai for bringing this out to the public. So this is what we are supposed to be doing. So on behalf of Mrs. Juliet, so I thank Women Radio for doing this good.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Sazua, for you, because having people like you come on Radio Doctor to tell us about all of these things actually goes a long way too. So thank you too, Dr. Sazua. All right, so let's look at early detection. Yeah, so how far or how positive is this, or how good is this early detection when it comes to cervical cancer, the treatments, and you getting cured from this? How does early presentation help with the treatment and the cure of cervical cancer?
Okay, I started this concept of discussion by telling that cancer is one of the fairest cancer on the surface of the earth. It's very fair and kind. Very fair cancer, very kind cancer, very lovely cancer. Sorry for using it. Why? Because what we call the pre-invasive lesion. Okay? Then there's what we call the invasive lesion. Now, the pre-invasive lesion, before we get to invasive lesion, which that is cervical cancer itself, takes between 25 years, or between 10 and 20 years. Okay? So a very responsible patient or responsible woman who does her screening regularly. Okay?
Yeah.
So when the woman has abnormality, okay? Now those abnormalities, they are of different categories. I don't want to go into it. You can easily pick it early. That previous, you can easily pick it early. And if you have abnormality, there are different types of abnormality. But I won't want to go into. So level, if it's pre-invasive lesion, the first one is abnormal, you can actually go and do your colposcopy. They will not take a biopsy there. Then when the result comes out, they can tell you that the patient has CIN1, don't worry, CIN2, CIN3. So if it's CIN1 or 2 or 3, any of them, then you treat it there. Now treat the patient there with either kind. You burn it off like one after, you freeze it, or you cook it off. But the problem we now have is that most of the patients, they will not come at this time. They are not even doing their screening, they are not doing their test. Thank God for Mrs. Juliet, who have done her own now, and I understand the dynamics of giving the children vaccine. So they will not do it. So in time they are not coming to you. They are not coming with at the level of invasive lesion. Okay? There's less you can do irrespective of the stage. Do you understand? There's no what do is terrible. remove the hole, remove the. At this level, the patient is only going to die maybe the next 5 years or 6 years. That if you even get it as early stage as stage 1, if you get it at the late stage, it's just to support. The patient is only going to die. And this patient will be in maybe mid-50s or late 40s. So that's why we don't normally like discussing the invasive aspect of it. What we are interested in more is the prevention before you get to that invasive lesion.
Yeah.
And it has time. It will take you to 20 years. So if you pick it at that level, you fully treat. Because most people come, everything is normal. They go back home. They go down that place by the time, let me not do it like that. But if you pick it at this pre-invasive stage, the chances of survival is 100%. There is no wahala. And that is to me. When you pick it at that invasive stage, that cancer service has started. Patient is now having bleeding during intercourse. Then it doesn't come to the symptoms of invasive cancer. They are bleeding during their sexual intercourse. They have what we call intermenstrual bleeding, that is bleeding between period. They have what we call postmenstrual bleeding. After sexual intercourse, they tend to bleed. During intercourse, they tend to bleed. They have what we call intermenstrual bleeding. They have what we call foul smelling. For those that the service activity has gone far, they can now begin to have what we call a fistula. Then they're going to pass urine and feces through their vagina. So they are lost weight completely. So at this level, the patient is already gone. So we don't wait. That's why I tell you that cervical cancer, we don't wait for symptoms to come. When the symptom comes, it's already a problem. There is less or little any doctor, irrespective of how good you are, can do at that level. That's why we have people advocating for prevention, early detection, treatment of the pre-invasive lesion, before you get to invasive lesion. And even the people that they will have less work, then they will not be about after the surgery, you have to go and do radiotherapy. And most patients cannot even afford this. But they have many poor people. They can't even afford it. So within a very short time, they definitely die. Even if you can afford it, the chances of dying is very high.
Okay.
That's why that person of the is very fair if you can do the right thing.
All right.
And I normally say, seek it first. People say, seek it first. I normally tell them, the kingdom of God is right first. Learn how to do the right thing. We're not doing the right thing. That's where we are. We're not doing the right thing in health. We're not doing the right thing in economy. We're not doing the right. So, I advocate for them because I'm an advocate for women. Because I'm married to a wife. I wouldn't let my wife. I have 3 girls. So, I must ensure that they live well. All those men that normally do things wrong, if you try and refrain for those ones, do the right stuff. Any bad vices that anybody, I should keep it to his own family and then don't bring it for another person. Then tell me, the woman who has not any sexual debit at all, do your passing, applicable. If you are not, do you give human papillomavirus vaccine? But then who have also asked them before too, that we take the human papillomavirus.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Sazua, for that. So, any final words, Dr. Sazua? Our time is up, but just in a few seconds.
Thank you very much. Cervical cancer is one of the leading causes of death on cancer. Second leading cause of death is on cancer. And this is a disease that is preventable. So let us create more awareness, more education of our females in our schools, in our churches, so that we don't allow people of ignorance to take over. At the end of the day, lead this patient to untimely death.
Okay.
I want to appreciate Radio again for bringing this one to the land.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sazua, for being a part of our program today. Thank you. All right. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you have it. Our doctor for today, Dr. Ede Dopolo Osazua. He is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at St. Ives Family Hospital. So a very big thank you to our doctor for today and for taking us through cervical cancer prevention and screening. And of course today was, or rather has been, on women's health on Radio Doctor, and it's supported by ACT Foundation. Thank you all for calling. For those who called, we appreciate all your calls, and for those who listened also, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the program Radio Doctor. So today's program was produced by Aisha Sani and the executive producer Tomo Okewole Shonai. A very big thank you to both of them. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisa. Join us again tomorrow at 10 for the program Radio Doctor. Do want to stay tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.
WFM 91.7.